Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Both from the 19th hole, and it is Tuesday. So I bet you all you could probably guess what time it is, what we're going to be doing here. That's right, we're doing another tournament announcement, and this is the Silver State Tournament, and this one is going to start on Monday, September 30th. And what we're going to do here is we're going to talk a little bit about the holes that we're going to see on this tournament, but first we're going to talk about the format of the tournament. You have 4 different divisions you can play in: Rookie, Pro, Expert, and Masters. And you may wonder, what division can I play in? Well, a lot of it depends on what weekly league you're in. So if you're in the weekly rookie league, then that means you can play in the rookie division. You cannot play in a division higher than what weekly league you're in. So if you're in Pro, you can play in the Pro tournament, but you could also play in the rookie tournament. And that doesn't mean you'll be playing against rookie level players. You'll be playing against players from your same weekly league. So you'll play against other pro players in the rookie. And that kind of goes the same way as you go up the ladder. So you got to be Expert weekly to play Expert, and then Masters weekly to play Masters. What you see here in this picture are the prizes that are given out on the weekend round. What you see is the first place prize, and then the prizes do scale down from there, from first place all the way to 100th place when it comes to the weekend. You have 3 chances to qualify starting on Monday. You can qualify, either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So if you try to qualify on Monday and you don't qualify, you technically have 2 more chances. Do keep in mind that each time you try to qualify, you do have to repay the entry fee. So that's something definitely to keep up with and remember. If you're able to qualify, Thursday and Friday is going to be when the opening round is, and you have a 48-hour period of time there to play 18 holes, as opposed to the qualifying. We only have 24 hours to qualify on a 9-hole course. So we have 18-hole courses in the opening round, but you get 48 hours to qualify and play your round then. If you finish in the top 50% of your bracket in the opening round, then you do move on to the weekend round, and you have another 48 hours to play 18 holes, and then from there, you finish however you finish, and you get your prize depending on your place. There are some rules for each specific division. The rookies play from the first tee, a little bit lower wind and needle speed. The pros play from the second tee. The wind goes up a little bit, and so does the needle speed. The experts play from the second tee as well, but with a little bit higher wind, a little bit higher needle speed, and also the 4th rule of the hidden spin. The hidden spin basically means that when your opponent is setting up their shot, you won't be able to see what kind of spins they're using, like top spin, back spin, left or right spin, and you also won't be able to see their ball guide and how they're lining up their shot. Masters Division plays from the 3rd tee, which is the farthest tee we have to play from. The winds are higher, the needle speed is much quicker, and then also that hidden spin thing is part of that whole thing there. Do keep in mind, while you are playing your tournament, you do have an opportunity to win chests. Much like when you're playing tour play, you can also win chests for winning matches in the tournament. So each time you play a hole, you have an opportunity to win a chest. If you're playing in the rookie, these will be the same as like level 3 chests, tour level 3 chests. If you're playing in the pro, it's going to be kind of equivalent to a tour 6 chest, expert tour 9, masters tour 12. The tournament chests are a little bit better than the actual tour chests, in the sense that I think you get a few extra club cards in them compared to playing and winning chests on tour. So definitely keep that in mind when you are trying to decide which level you do want to play, if you have the options. This is the tournament, though, and the course that we'll be playing on is going to be the Milano course. All the holes 1 through 9, as you can see here. And Thursday, September 26th, you will be able to play these holes on Tours 4, which is the 6-star hotel, and then also Tour 9, which is the Platinum Resorts. I believe that they are actually already available on Tour 4, because the Milano is actually a course that is on that tour. As far as Tour 9 goes, though, they are not available there currently, but they will be put back into the rotation on that course on Thursday, so you will be able to play those holes on Tour 9. So you can only play and practice on the first tee and the second tee of this tournament. See, I told y'all, sometimes they change it up. So for this tournament, the master level players will not get to practice. So there may be a lot of people playing on Tour 9 to kind of refamiliarize themselves with this course. But it has been a course that's been used before, and as we go through this next portion of the video, I will actually make mention of what other tournaments that these holes have been played in, so that maybe if you want to go back and look at content from the streamers, you can have an easier time of finding that content to go back of and look at to kind of help refresh your mind. So I'm going to take away the picture here, and we're going to talk a little bit about these holes 1 through 9. We're going to talk about just elevations, and then kind of a quick talk of each hole and different ways to play it, just in case you do plan to practice during the week and the weekend. So just 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to start off here. We got hole number 1. This is a par 4. This hole was used on the Vegas tournament, the 4th of July tournament, the Labor Day tournament from 2017, and also the Cinco de Mayo tournament. So this one right here, on the first shot off the tee box, plus 10%. And then the second shot is going to be played at 0%. So just for your information, we got a 10% and a 0% play. The 2 ways to play this hole are either skipping it over the edge of this rough line and up into this area, or trying to play a shot to the right hand side where you bounce it off of this island, and then try to in the air either hit the bunker and roll out, or hit this rough here and then roll out towards the green. It is also possible to kind of hit this little area right here and bounce over and roll to the green, but this is definitely a much more difficult shot, one that requires a driver with a lot of topspin. So more than likely that shot will not be possible in the rookie. And a lot of times you don't have enough tailwind in the rookie to make that shot either. But if you do have higher level clubs, definitely be a possible way to play that hole from the rookie. The normal way you're going to play the rookie, though, is from the left side, and then you're just going to play a short iron into the hole, most likely the thorn or even a hornet play right there for that second shot. So that's hole 1. Moving on to hole number 3. This one, the only time this one's been used in tournament has been the Vegas tournament. Plus 30% here for this tee shot. And if you're playing it in the rookie, I really like the rough bump in the rookie with the Viper or the Sniper right there. Other options would be to play the shot from this first fairway where you bounce over and then bounce again. You do want to make sure that you hit the rough on your bounce, though, so that it gets just a nice little rollout to the pin. You always want to make sure that you do use that rough as kind of like that stop for the ball to kind of just let it roll out to the pin. You could also play a guardian shot, I would guess, to this second fairway area with a lot of backspin, and that possibly may be a way to play that one. But I think I really like the Viper or the Sniper shot for that in the lower levels. In the upper levels, there's definitely a great chance at a rough bump here, where it hits in that rough and then kind of just rolls out through and down towards the hole. You could also play a skip shot as well here in the Expert, and then also the Guardian shot is also a possibility as well. So different ways to play this hole for sure in the higher level divisions, Pro and Expert. Plus 30% though is the elevation for this shot, this hole. Alright, hole number 3, first par 5. This hole was on the Vegas tournament, the 2017 Labor Day tournament, and also the Cinco de Mayo tournament. If you get a tailwind, you could possibly go to the right side and try to go for the second fairway. If you don't have that option, you can just play kind of straight up the middle, and you're trying to play your shot through this fairway as best as you can, possibly right here with some sort of a side or headwind. But then from there, you're going to be making a sniper shot towards the green. from those spots. From the far right hand side, that's going to be a thorn hornet shot towards the green. Plus 10% off the tee box, and then also plus 10% for your second shot here on this hole. Hole number 4, par 3. This one's been featured on the Vegas tournament, the 4th of July, the Platinum Resorts, 2017 Labor Day tournament, and also the Cinco de Mayo tournament. So this hole has definitely been around the block a time or two. Plus 10% is going to be the elevation off the tee box. You can play a shot where you skip it off of this little pad towards the green and then possibly get the ace that way. You could possibly play the rough bump, where you land it on this rough right here and roll it to the hole. And a lot of that depends on the type of wind that we have. If we have a wind that's more of a side wind and allows us to adjust up and down that rough line, that becomes a much more viable shot. If you have a wind where you have to drop the ball back down into the bunker area, then that becomes a little bit more difficult shot, because then you have to start dealing with an extra adjustment for adjusting down to lower positions, and that gets a little bit trickier as you kind of go along. You could also play a shot with a rough bump here to the hole, or if you have some sort of like a headwind, you can play a guardian shot to this section right here with a lot of right spin and backspin towards the hole as well. That's definitely a possibility as well. But for the most part, we're going to see hops off this island, and most likely the rough bump. I think that'll be most likely what we do see. You do want to keep in mind that you do need to be very careful when it comes to this hole, and your ball selection may be vital, because it is quite easy to be in between clubs on several of these shots. So this is definitely a hole that you want to go into playing and knowing exactly what to do when it comes tournament time. And we really won't know a lot about that until we see what the wins are for the tournament. But in general, this hole plays plus 10% for the elevation. Hole 5, this one was the Vegas tournament and the Labor Day tournament from 2018. So this is the newer Labor Day tournament. Hole 5, we're going to play plus 10% off the tee box. And you have options. You can either play your shot to the left side here, to the right side here, or you can try to play it up the middle. Now, if you're going to play it up the middle, you're going to need to bounce it in the rookie. If you're playing up the middle with like a power 3 ball and a little bit better driver, you can bounce it off this pad with some backspin and right spin towards the hole. And you can get your shot up there right on the fringe, in some cases even on the green, if you get that nice roll off this green, because it does kind of slope downhill from left to right. But otherwise, you'll be looking to get your shot just in here in that fairway with a short wedge chip towards the hole. To do that, though, you're probably going to need a little bit higher level extra mile or a higher level driver with a power ball. Now, if you want, it's definitely possible to play a big topper shot off of this area right here with full topspin to hit, and then hopefully roll through that rough to achieve that same resting area on that fairway. And that may be a possibility for the pro or the expert, which it has been in the past, but you really need a nice wind for that shot, and you may have to use a little bit higher level of a power ball as well. But the more conservative, safe plays are also going to be to the right and to the left, like we showed earlier. And then those plays are going to be thorn shots or hornet shots towards the hole. So we said plus 10% is the shot off the tee box, and then from these left and right locations, it's plus 20% for those shots, all downhill. The green is definitely at a much lower position than those shots for sure. So plus 20% on those shots. Hole 6, plus 10% off the tee box. And this one has been found on the Vegas tournament and also the 2018 Labor Day tournament as well. You can play your shot to the right or to the left here. Right here, you'd bounce it here and then over, trying to roll your shot as far up the fairway as you can. There's also a possible shot up the middle if you have a higher level Thor or APOC with a lot of topspin, but you can also play with the big topper shot, where you would bounce it here with topspin and left spin. You would hit on this rough line and then roll out onto the fairway here. And that's also definitely a way that you can play this hole. In my opinion, the shot up the middle leaves you the nicest chance at the albatross with a sniper rough bump, but the shot from the left and the right also do leave you with a chance for a rough bump as well. And I would definitely say the sniper for sure. From this far right side, you have the option to skip it over to the rough and then roll up, or you can go straight to the rough as well from this right side. So you have a few different options and a lot of different ways that you can play this hole for sure. For the second shot here on this hole, it's 0%. So, you know, from these shots here, 0%. Hole number 7, par 3, plus 10%. For the tee shot, you have the options of playing either to the right side, to the left side, or the rough bump. In my opinion, the rough bump is the best chance at the ace, especially in pro and expert if we have some sort of a wind that allows you to adjust along this rough line. Once again, if we have a wind that makes you adjust back into the sand, then we have to take into account the extra adjustment for dropping down elevation. But if you want to play your shot from the right or the left side, you're just going to be playing those shots with backspin and right spin, trying to just direct those balls to the hole. And you may also need to use some curl for that shot as well. There may be another shot in the lower level divisions, possibly the pro, where you can bounce a long iron off of this front edge fairway to the rough here, and then roll it up to the hole as well. That's definitely could be another possible way to play this hole. But plus 10% is the elevation for this hole. I personally like the original rough bump, where you just take it from the tee straight to the hole, and that's either going to be sniper or a long iron, depending on what tee you play for. This also could be another one of those holes where the ball that you use, depending on the wind, could be, could make the difference in whether or not you can play the rough bump or not, because this is another hole where you could possibly be in between clubs if you're not careful. Hole number 8, plus 10% off the tee box. Depending on the wind, you know, if we have some sort of a weird headwind, you may have to play your shot out to here from both tees. But if we have a favorable wind, the way I prefer to play the shot would be to this left side here, and then over, either hitting the rough and rolling out or hitting the fairway and rolling out. But you want to get up to this front edge of that fairway. So, you know, either of those ways is possible. That would be more of a curl shot as well. So you would use top spin and left spin for that drive to the left-hand side, and that right there leaves you either short iron or wedge to the hole. The shot to the right side is going to leave you a sniper, or in lower divisions, maybe a viper to the hole. So for the second shot elevation, we're looking at 0% from over here. And onto the right side here, I think it plays plus 10%, but it could be 0% as well. It's been a while since I played this hole, but for some reason I want to say it's 10% on the right side and 0% on the left side. I know it's 10% from the tee box though. This hole was played on the Vegas tournament and also the Platinum Resorts tournament. Hole number 9, this one was played on the Vegas tournament, the 4th of July tournament, and also the Platinum Resorts tournament. Plus 10% off the tee box. And then for our second shot, we don't play any type of percent, just 0% for our second shot. Off the tee box, we're trying to land our shot right here with max top spin, trying to get over the bunker and rough, land it on the fairway, and then roll up as far as we can. With the proper tailwind in the higher level divisions, it is possible to land your tee shot in this next fairway. And then that allows you to get your shot much farther up the fairway to a much more manageable second shot, to possibly this area right here. Or even in some cases, I've seen some people make a really nice hop and get onto the green. But for the most part, if you're able to make that first tee shot to that next fairway, your second shot, you're just trying to roll into this fairway area right here for a very easy wedge chip to the hole. And that's the higher level divisions. From the lower level divisions, you're going to be in this area right here, more than likely. Your second shot option is either to take a sniper or a wood up to here, or to the left side here with some backspin and right spin. From those spots there, you have the option from here to go with a short iron. You skip it over to the rough, hopefully roll it out for the eagle, or from the left side, it's going to be a wood shot that goes off of this fairway. It skips over the sand, hits the rough, and hopefully rolls to the hole for an eagle that way. That shot would definitely involve some backspin. But those are definitely the ways to play this hole. And if we cannot make the shot over that sand and rough in the higher level divisions, this will also be the way that you play this hole as well. Definitely, depending on how far you can get your drive up, then you can start looking at woods and the topspin on the wood. The Horizon Club may be a decent option on this hole as well, just because of that extended topspin that the Horizon possesses, and that may be one way to get your shot farther up into that final fairway section right there as well. Pairing that with like a Berserker ball or in some sort of a Power 5 ball may, even in the lower divisions, give you the option to get all the way up to that last fairway section as well. So that's definitely something to think about and consider for sure as we are playing this hole. There are definitely some options for power curls and power hooks on this course. I remember in the last tournament we had, there was a power hook that played way out here and landed here, and it rolled all the way up here into this section. And it was definitely a pretty cool shot to see. And from there, that left you a really nice opportunity at the hole with a wood rough bump and a possible chance to albatross. And that's what I remember on that hole. Let's scroll back here and see if we see any other holes that may have possible, opportunities for, power curl shots. I've seen people try to do power curl shots here as well, where they try to come in here and land and take their shot up this fairway right here to try to land into this zone right here on this hole. This one right here, none. This one right here, I still think trying to get your shot up to this middle section for a sniper shot is one of the better plays here. It's one of the riskier plays, but I think it definitely can have the chance for the best payoff as far as putting yourself in the best position for that albatross drop. But you can still play conservatively on this hole and still put yourself in a good position to have a chance at the albatross. So that's just kind of a decision that you have to make on this hole. This one right here, I've seen people play a curl shot here, where they try to get to this section right here and roll it through as well. I haven't seen that work as much recently that we've had this course, but it's definitely something that I've seen people try for sure. Let's see, hole 4, par 3, hole 3. This one right here, I don't really see a whole lot of chances. I've never seen someone do, if we have like a left to right, like really strong tailwind, I've never seen someone do it, but I've always wondered if there was some sort of power curl shot that was possible to be like out here and come out that way. I have seen people play the shot out here though to go up here, so I know that's definitely something that's possible. Hole 2 and then hole 1. No, I mean there is a power curl shot that people have played in the past. here to try to take the shot straight to the green, and that is something I have seen done. But for the most part, people try to key in on this shot off this island and use a driver with a lot of topspin to get up and over. And you really want to hit this rough because that's going to give you the best chance to roll out to the green or to the fringe for the possible albatross, possible eagle plane it that way. It is definitely possible to play your shot to these bunkers for sure as well, or to this rough, and have a good chance to make that shot as well for sure. But definitely a lot of good options, a lot of things to think about here on this course moving forward to the tournament starting Monday. And if you haven't done so yet, definitely check out the 19th hole on Facebook. You just go to the search bar and type in Golf Clash, the 19th hole. If you did enjoy this video and this is the first time seeing any of my content, please subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and then also if you do want to receive alerts when I do release new videos, you can set up the notifications by clicking on that bell and setting up your notifications that way. I do other content. I do a guide later on in this week for the rookies and then the pro and the expert, where I will go into a deeper look at these holes, much like I did today, except I'll talk about club usage and ball usage as well in the videos, and it's going to be more geared toward those divisions, the rookie and then the pro and expert. The following week I do playthroughs where I actually play the tournament holes with the wins, and I talk about the ways that I would play each hole, which can be a very good way to start out your week and give you a really good idea of how to really attack this course moving forward to help you dial in these holes and shots. So appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully y'all have a good day, and God bless. Please check out my friend Gio Viviani on his channel Golf Clash Italy. Gio and several other streamers stream their content through this platform channel, and they cover all of the different levels of tournament play and also tour play. You can find Gio Viviani also on Facebook, friending him at the name that you see in this picture, and he does post the links to his live streams through his Facebook as well. So if you find that easier to find or just want to go and look at some content, I definitely would suggest Gio Viviani. Definitely a really fun guy and makes his streams very entertaining.